Hey, it's Marella Manelli and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how I use an Airtouch technique along with a base breaker to brighten up my model's overall look, and I'm even going to share with you my magic formula on how I created this really beautiful opalescent lavender shade. But before we get started, I want to make sure you like this video and hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a video. Now let's go ahead and get started. Before I get started, I'm going to section out that money piece using the arch of the eyebrows as a guide to create that triangular section, and then split the hair right down the middle and then use the apex right behind the ear. For this project, I'm going to be using two different lighteners. So I'm going to use blue powder lightener at a 1:2 mixing ratio with 30 volume developer. And then for my secondary lightener for those mids and ends, I'm going to be using Beyond Bond lightener at a 1:2 mixing ratio with 20 volume developer. I'm going to start off with a diagonal section right in the back, so just clipped it right on up, and then I'm going to use my blow dryer on the coolest setting at a high blow and holding the hair completely straight out of the head at 90 degrees and then blow drying the hair right on through. So whatever falls out is what I'm going to pull and kind of guide out of my section. And then I'm going to be using a board along with a foil. So this is just to give me a little bit of extra tension going on. And then I'm going to apply my two different lighteners. So the reason why I'm going in with two different lighteners is because she does have previously lightened ends and she has a large grow out. So that's where I'm going to use that 30 volume blue powder, and I'm going to blend it into that Beyond Bond lightener. The reason why I love Beyond Bond over previously lightened hair is because it does have that dual bond technology that's going to help protect the hair as it's lifting. And I love the blue powder lightener as my power lifter. So this is where I'm kind of marrying those two lighteners together to kind of do two different jobs because I have two different palettes of hair that I'm working with here. So now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, holding the hair straight out at a 90-degree angle, using my blow dryer to push through those hairs and then further guiding it through. What this Airtouch technique is doing is mimicking a TEASYLIGHT. So that's really why I love this technique. But what makes it even more fabulous is the fact that you're not going to have to deal with the comb out that the TEASYLIGHT is gonna endure for you. So usually when you tease the hair, you have to shampoo it out with the tease in, and then you have to spend a little bit of extra time combing out this hair. With the Airtouch, it's just pushing those hairs organically right on through, and when you go to wash it out, it's not so tangly, which I really, really like. Anything to create less tension on the hair is always going to be a plus. And since her hair is pretty long, I do like using the Airtouch versus the tease method, but not to hate on the tease whatsoever. I am going to be doing that to the top of her head a little later, and I'll kind of explain why when I get there. Now, once you get those two diagonal sections right in the back, I'm taking a horizontal section, and this is pretty much the pattern that I'm going to do right in the back. So each of my Airtouch sections are about 2 inches wide, and anytime I have a pretty wide triangle, I do like to weave out that bottom triangle that you saw that I did a little earlier, and then still taking that blue powder lightener, stroking it right on up, not too far into the root, because it's not really going to allow you, especially because you have that Airtouch technique and separation going on. And then I'm blending it right into the Beyond Bond lightener where she has those previously lightened ends. Now, a little trick here, you see I'm combing through that lightener on the ends, and that's just because her hair is pretty thick, and this is going to ensure proper saturation. So once I'm done with that section, again, I'm going to do another 2 diagonals on each side. So you can see I'm not really marrying the diagonals so much. I'm just more concerned with how much space am I comfortable with applying my lightener in. So if you have like a little awkward space in the center, that's totally fine. just keep in mind, like whatever you're trying to create, if you want more lightness and more brightness, you're going to take thinner sections. If you want more depth, you're going to take wider sections. So this is kind of why I'm taking about, like I said, 2-inch wide sections. Some of them are about 1.5 inches, and I do get a little smaller sections as I work towards the top of the head. So I really like keeping the depth on the underside and then brightening it up as I get towards the top. Now you'll notice that I'm actually doubling up on my foils. I always run out of my rolled foils, so I don't really like to fold the hair right on up when I'm doing this technique. I personally just rather lay it nice and flat, and then I just fold up that bottom side and lay one more foil right on top with a total of 3 foils. A pro tip when doing the Airtouch technique is to make sure you're using a really powerful dryer. I personally like my Dyson Pro because of its really narrow nozzle and power of air that it pushes out. This is really the trick in what's going to allow for that hair to push right on through. I get asked all the time, how do you get the hair to push right on through? It literally has to do with the tension that you're applying when holding the hair out, and then also the airflow of your dryer. A little added tip to paint on your product evenly is using the right brush. So I personally like the Power Painter from Mar. The reason is because it covers a lot of area and it just gives me a nice seamless blend when I'm stroking up into that air touched section. So right where it starts to split, it just gives me a nice seamless blend, which I really, really like. And it allows me to literally power paint on this product. So keep in mind, this is kind of a marriage between a balayage and a TEASYLIGHT all in one. So using a brush similar to something you would use to balayage with is going to be the best tool in this technique. Now, once I get towards the top, I'm going to finish off with diagonal sections, and I'm going horizontal according to how her cowlick falls. And the reason for this is because I want the most natural fall possible of the highlights. So for example, if I go in the opposite diagonal direction against her cowlick, I'm actually going to show ribbons. So this is really important that you pay attention to the type of effect you want to create according to the person's cowlick. Each of my sections are now about a 1/2 inch thick. So again, I want to create more brightness, so I'm taking smaller sections with less depth as I get right towards the top. All of my depth is underneath from that parietal ridge right on down. So when you get towards the top, if you want it to look and appear brighter, just keep in mind to take smaller sections. So now once I get this top and back section completely foiled up, I'm going to move to the front and the sides. So I really want to get that hairline and money piece foiled in before I finish her off with some more Airtouch. To check out a full tutorial on how I created the perfect money piece, you can check out that tutorial right here in the link provided or in the description. Now to get started on this front hairline, you can see I brushed the hair completely back and then pulled that first section towards me and weaved it out. This is just going to give me a nice clean working space to work with, and I don't have to worry about any bleeding or anything like that right onto that hairline. This is going to give me the ultimate control, and you can even see here I'm using my fingers to help hold that foil while I paint on my lightener. So I'm still using that blue powder lightener, and then just to add a little bit more brightness, I'm using the Beyond Bond. So it's really important you put the Beyond Bond over the previously lightened and you don't have any overlap with that blue powder lightener. Now I'm gonna go in with a few back-to-back baby lights right on this hairline, but there's no hair in between each of these sections. So that's really important for you to know. And usually I do this for my blondes or anyone that just wants an overall brightened effect right around that hairline. So the more blonde, kind of the better, especially for your blonde clients. Now, after I get those two back-to-backs with no subsection in between, now I'm starting to incorporate that subsection. So I'm going in diagonally here, and there's a little bit of hair left over, and these are just baby lights, and I'm taking my lightener all the way to the root. So even though I'm going to be doing a shadow root on this later, I'm barely going to tap it in right onto this front hairline because she's going to want to see that blonde almost looking like it's growing out from her scalp. So I'm just going to finish up with a total of 4 foils on each side here, and then I'm going to get ready to do that money piece. Now to get started, I'm going to do the same thing that I did to the sides, is pulling the hair back and weaving those hairs towards me and taking the lightener all the way to the root. I'm actually going to be doing 4 back-to-back baby lights with no hair in between each of the foils. So again, no hair in between the subsections. This is just going to give me a uneven looking type of root. Even though I am going all the way to the roots with my lightener, the effect that it creates looks a lot more natural than just going in with slices. I don't want to create a harsh line for that grow out. So again, even though I'm going to be doing a shadow root, this just creates a very different type of effect when you take out the foils. And if you've ever done slices, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, creating that harsh line of demarcation. So going in this type of, using this technique is really going to help avoid that straight harsh line. Now, once I get in these 4 back-to-back baby lights, I'm then going to finish off my triangular section with a few more teasy lights right onto the top. So I'm just going to take my sliced section, tease the hair all the way down, and then bringing that lightener just a few inches away from that teased section and then stroking it up. So what this is doing is transitioning that at the root look into a more rooted look right on the top of the head. So I just personally love this technique. Again, you can watch the video on the perfect money piece where I do this and you can see the full effect simply for what it is. This is usually my go-to technique, but I do change it depending on the type of blonding that each client wants. So make sure you customize it and you discuss how much blonde your client really wants on this front hairline. Now, once I get the money piece and those front sections foiled up, I'm going to finish off the sides horizontally using my Airtouch technique. So a little added tip that you just saw me do is applying the lightener onto my foil first. Now the hair on the sides isn't super long, so I just went ahead and folded that hair right on up. But I am taking about 1.5 inches wide sections throughout the sides here, and then as I work towards the top, they become a little bit more thinner. So again, applying that lightener to the foil is really going to help get that underside if you are working with a pretty thick section. So just kind of keep that technique in your back pocket. It's really going to save you for later. Once I get in all of my horizontal air-touched sections right on through the side, I'm going to process her for about 20-30 minutes. I'm just going to periodically check her because we got a lot going on here, but she does have a pretty significant grow out. So that's why I had to go in with as many foils as I needed to, because we pretty much have almost like a virgin application, if you will. So once she was done processing, I went in with 2 different formulas, Studio Stylist Express, 7N, 7 Ash, and 9 Ash, all equal parts, 1-to-1 with its dedicated 20 volume developer. And this is a 10-minute permanent hair coloring system that's going to lift, tone, and cover gray all in one step. And then for her secondary formula, I went in with mostly 9PV and then 8B to add a little bit of depth, and then a few ribbons of 8VV to give me that lavender tone that you're totally gonna love. So you can see her hair is 100% dried, and we got a nice lift out of our lightener, and I'm going in with that Studio Stylist Express right in the back. So I like working from the back and then working my way up to the front. Now, I do like to have a little bit more depth in the back, so I am bringing that Studio Stylist Express down just a few inches from the root area. So I'm really kind of focused on applying it right onto the base and blending in that highlight line, and then also bringing it down where she has a lot of depth going on. So I am taking this comb that's on the back side of my brush, bringing that down and then blending it right into the Demi permanent hair color that's going to give me that lavender shade. So the reason why I like working with this is because they're going to work and process in tandem, which is awesome. Another thing here, you see that I am wiping my hands in between each of the sections, and this is just because I am working with a permanent hair coloring system that is about a level 8. And I want to keep my hands nice and clean when I'm working with my primarily level 9 formula for those mids and ends. Now I'm going to do the same application for the sides, and I'm bringing it down just a few inches, and then I'm going to blend it into that Demi permanent formula. But you can see I've isolated that front hairline where I took those baby lights all the way to the root, including where her money piece was at. And the reason for that is because I want to apply my formula last in that area, because I want the lightest and brightest effect possible for that front. But when I tap in this Studio Stylist Express, I'm only going in about half an inch. And then I'm going to go in and apply my Demi permanent formula right onto those ends, because I want that violet tone to be a little bit higher. So I'm very, very careful. And like I said, it's the last thing I apply, and I'm only going to process her for a total of 10 minutes. Once she was done processing, I went in with my new favorite product, Pearl Detangler. It's going to give you lots of moisture and shine and combability. And then I gave her a really voluminous blowout, and then finished her off with volumizing powder right onto that root area, and just to give me a little bit of extra texture and volume.
And here's the final result of my Airtouch technique using all Kenra color. So just to give you a little recap, I went in with blue powder lightener at a 1:2 mixing ratio with 30 volume developer. And then for those mids and ends where she had previously lightened hair, I used Beyond Bond lightener at a 1:2 mixing ratio with 20 volume developer. And then for her base break formula, I went in with Studio Stylist Express, equal parts of 7 Ash, 7N, and then the brand new 9A formula, 1:1 with 20 volume developer, and then blended that right into my Demi permanent formula, which created that really pretty opalescent lavender shade of 9PV, 8B for depth, and then a few ribbons of 8VV, 1:2 with 9 volume developer. And then for her final style, I went in with brand new Pearl Detangler to give me lots of combability, moisture, and shine. Gave her a really voluminous blowout, and then to give me a little bit more volume and added texture to her final look, I went in with a brand new volumizing powder. So I really hoped you enjoyed this hair tutorial. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and also check out my other videos on this channel, and I hope to see you guys next time.